Morning musings from the studio. I'm in my tiny little studio on this tiny little Greek island. It's a beautiful, windy, sunny day, and spring is here, at least for now. We will see what happens next month. As you all know, March usually is a confused month. It may start out beautifully and then end up in snowstorms. So we shall see how this winter is going to end and move into spring. So on that thought, a lot of people who begin painting oftentimes, most likely and usually will paint using the primary colors without graying them down enough. So the painting becomes gaudy, becomes overbearing, it becomes too much, and we are unable to look at it. And you think, why is that? Isn't a lemon yellow? Or let's say you're mixing your secondary colors, one primary with another primary, and you get your orange. When you look at an orange, isn't an orange that secondary color orange? And oftentimes beginners will go about painting in this manner. And, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. If you look at a lemon, you will find that actually only a little tiny bit of that lemon is in fact a primary color. And it may just be the little tiny specks in the sunlit area that you could use your primary yellow, lemon yellow, let's say, without graying that color down. And you can look at a bowl of lemons and you think, oh, the lemon yellow is everywhere. It's all over the place. All of the lemon in the light is going to be just my primary lemon yellow color, and that's what I'm going to put on it. And then your painting becomes gaudy. And why? Why is that? Well, when you are creating a lemon, let's say you're painting a lemon, the actual lemon yellow primary color that you have on your palette, the actual use of it in your painting will be so tiny, it will be at the very tip of a small brush. And you don't need any more. The rest of the lemon that may be shining and bright in the light is in fact a whole mix of grays. Yes! So 90% of your lemon that is bright and shiny and yellow will in fact be a mix of grays. And yes, there are the grays that are in the yellow area. So you are mixing. You have your lemon yellow that you have on your primary palette, and you're mixing in a little bit of red, and you're mixing in a little bit of blue, depending if you want the yellow to go towards the greenish tone or go towards the orange, warmer tone. It just depends on the lemon and the light and the scene in that day. But it will all be gray. You're going to paint a grayed down lemon yellow. And in the sunlight, in the highlight area, that is where you would put a little tiny bit of your primary yellow. So if you're a beginner, really get a hold of that. Mix your colors gray them down, get rid of that intense vibrancy. Just keep it for those little tiny areas around the highlights, the ones that, really will attract the eye, and just enough so that we humans, when we look at that painted lemon, we're like, oh, that's a lemon. And we can bring it in and we can fully enjoy it without having that sense of, ugh, too much. Okay, so let's take the lemon and bring it inwards. Let's do that. Good morning, Corby. Nice to see you as always. So let's bring again that idea. Do we in fact have, if we're looking at a primary limited palette, a yellow, red, and a blue, do we in fact have clean primary emotions in us, or thoughts, or actions, or anything? Is anything a primary color within us? Let's go with the emotional thing. So if we have the emotion of anger, right? Is it in fact a primary color? Is it clean? Is it just specifically anger? Or is that anger grayed up or grayed down with a little bit of shame? Maybe there's some love in there. Maybe there's a sense of guilt. I mean, it's never that clear fire of anger, is it? I mean, it's always kind of mixed and grayed down within us. Oh, my thoughts. Sometimes my thoughts. Everything is grayed down. What about love? Like you're on this, you just fall in love. Is it really a pure love emotion? Is it? Or is that as well grayed down with other areas? I mean, really, everything that we think and feel and are grays. It's the same thing. Nothing is pure within us. I can't come across any emotion that is 100% that emotion. It's that emotion mixed with others. So it's love. Yeah, I may feel love, especially, like you feel love for your children, for example. But even that love is grayed down with other motivations, with other emotions, with other beliefs about who I am. So it's pretty interesting that even painting a lemon, and you're not going to use hardly any pure color out of your palette, out of your lemon yellow tube of paint, your primary limited palette. Most of your lemon, if not all of it, is going to be grays. Thank you, Corby. Superb and helpful analogy. I love that. Thank you. Oh, I appreciate that, because I was thinking, should I actually say this today? But that is how I think. And it just came to me. And I know that when we come to learning how to paint, we often use too much color. It gets gaudy. I did. I mean, I look back at my old paintings and I think, oh my goodness, couldn't I see that? Didn't I see how gaudy this is? That the green is like, too green, or the yellow too yellow. There was just too much of it. There's just too much. We cannot, as human beings, embrace and open up to authentic, clear emotions that we have without graying them down with whatever that specific thing is of who we are. So don't do it in your paintings either, because we need to come to the painting and connect with a painting. And we can only connect with a painting if that painting is also grayed down. So love your grays, love the expansion of the grays. I mean, if you think about it, on the value scale, there is white and there is black. And all the other ones in between are grays. And there's a lot of versatility between the points of black and white. So doesn't that make sense? I mean, we as well are neither black or white, but we are this whole array of values, up and down, immeasurable. And that's the beauty of it. So take who we are and create that through your paintings. It's just kind of a way to understand ourselves better and to create better paintings. So those were my thoughts today. It was kind of a new one. I actually had not opened up to that idea that we are, in fact, grayed down versions of the primaries, just like in the paintings that we do. Gray everything down. Mix up your primary palette and just work with that. Stay in that, range for a while before you start adding other colors in. So yeah, that is 12 minutes. Well, it's better than the 18 or 20 minutes that I'm usually doing lately. My goal is to keep these morning musings to 10 minutes, and I am going to refocus myself on that and do my longer contemplative conversations in my Tiny Studio Big Ideas podcast, which is coming out again. I just put up a new episode yesterday, so go check that out. And yeah, everyone, be inspired, be creative, and be you. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and we will talk again tomorrow.